All right, welcome back to another edition of Rational Wrestling Talk. This is the Rational Wrestling Mark. Make sure y'all like the video for the algorithm. Hit that like button, man. Subscribe today. And we're going to be talking about, man, oh man, the WWE continues to disrespect Asuka. Asuka, the Empress of Tomorrow, the same Asuka that was the longest reigning NXT Women's Champion, was undefeated for over 900 days. And the same woman that everybody feared, right, in NXT. That same aura, however, that she had in NXT was not translated to the main roster. And it feels like ever since Asuka lost to Charlotte at WrestleMania 34, her undefeated streak ended, it felt like that aura just wore off. And as with bad booking, losing a lot, not being taken seriously, the aura definitely wore off and it disappeared. And just never came back. You would think with this whole gimmick change, a new look, a new appearance, new attitude with the whole clown, the murder clown persona that she started in the early in the year at the Royal Rumble, you would think that would garner a huge push for Asuka, that her career would be renewed, and that we would get the Asuka of old. Just never happened. It never came to fruition. And that downfall continued at WrestleMania this year, where she lost to Bianca. Then she turned heel, and she needed the Mist to help her win the women's title at Night of Champions. She won the title, and then at SummerSlam, she loses the title. Asuka was never given a chance to have a run. She was given the SmackDown title, the Raw title. She had a okay title reign. I remember her first SmackDown title reign. She beat Becky at the Rumble, and then she just lost to Charlotte before WrestleMania. Then she became tag team champion with Kairi Sane, the Kabuki Warriors, which I actually liked that tag team. That was a pretty good tag team. Then won the Raw title. At first, she won the Money in the Bank, and then Becky gifted her the Raw Women's title because she had to leave because she was pregnant at that time. And so Asuka had the Raw Women's title. I believe that was 2 reigns. I think she had, but I don't remember that title reign very well. I remember parts of it. I remember her facing Sasha, then losing it to Sasha, and then she won it back. And then she kind of just, I don't know, they kind of just stopped caring about Asuka and didn't really give her much of a serious title reign. She wasn't the focus, And, she lost to Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 37. And then that was kind of it. They stopped pushing Asuka. They've been very inconsistent with Asuka. It's like they want to push her. They just don't know how to. They don't know how to get the wheels in motion when it comes to Asuka. And at this point in her career, I'm starting to notice that she's more like a gatekeeper in the women's division, which is not a bad thing. It's just that role is more slated for Natalya than it is for Asuka, because Asuka should be still at the very top and should be considered the best on Bianca and Charlotte's level and Becky. Not like this afterthought. I really wanted to see Asuka and Io at SummerSlam for the title, you know, but we can still get that match most likely. But during SummerSlam itself, the whole women's triple threat match, Asuka took the pin. I thought once she blew that miss in Charlotte's eyes, she was going to then get the pin on Bianca because she had an injured, quote unquote, injured knee. And then Asuka was going to pin Bianca and retain the title. Because I predicted that she was going to sneak a win somehow. And I thought that was going to have that's how she was going to do it. But even missing Charlotte, she went to go kick Bianca, and then Bianca just rolled her up from the 3 count. And that was it. I'm like, so that's how y'all going to have her lose? You're just going to have Asuka? Of course, Asuka takes the pinfall. Because, it's Asuka. It seems that she wins sometimes and then she loses most of the time. She's like the biggest loser in the women's division. She is. She's the big time loser. I mean, at least we can say that she didn't lose decisively. Bianca just rolled her up and inside cradle got the 3 count, But it just kind of, it's like how the finish was set up. It was set up in a way to make it look like Asuka was gonna win. Not, Bianca was gonna win. Like, you missed Charlotte in the face. Charlotte's not winning. She's blinded. She can't see. Bianca has an injured knee. That was a perfect setup for Asuka to get that 3 count to win. But no, once again, Asuka gets disrespected. And that's not just one match. That's just a accumulation of, like, years, right? Of them treating Asuka like garbage. Like, this whole treatment of Asuka has started when she debuted on the main roster years ago. Like, I'm not saying she didn't have any success. I mean, she was the Rumble winner, Money in the Bank, tag team champion. But all her title reigns just never felt important. Like, her NXT women's title run was very important. Beating Asuka in NXT was considered a big deal. I would say at this stage, why not just send Asuka back down to NXT? Because I feel like if we bring Asuka down to NXT, that aura will just come back. Because Asuka never lost in NXT. She never lost in NXT. She never actually lost the NXT women's title. So I'm just throwing it out there. I think it would be a good idea to send Asuka down to NXT. Why not? They send Ali down to NXT. They send down Baron Corbin. They got Judgment Day down in NXT. Hell, every main roster talent is going down to NXT. It's no longer a developmental brand anymore. It's a third brand. So why not just put Asuka in NXT? Have her win back the NXT Women's Championship. Why not? And she can win back the title, that she never lost. She has her undefeated streak in NXT. She never lost in NXT. So therefore, she has that aura. and people are going to, and all the women down at NXT will more likely fear her, because this is a new crop of women that never seen Asuka before. They don't know of her like that. Asuka has a reputation in NXT for being undefeated, being feared, a heavy striker, a skilled striker, very dangerous. This version of Asuka in NXT would be a hit. It would be a smashing hit, because she didn't lose. She never actually lost the title. She's undefeated in NXT. She has that reputation. She would have that aura back. It's not the same way on Raw and SmackDown. She's always going to be playing second fiddle to Charlotte, Bianca, Becky. She's like second tiered, mid card. She's the gatekeeper now. But I think sending her back to NXT would be a great idea. It would definitely freshen things up for sure. I think once we get that Asuka and Io match, and then we can send Asuka back down to NXT, because honestly, outside of Io, facing Io, there's nothing for Asuka. I don't want to see another Bianca and Asuka match. I don't want to see another Charlotte and Asuka match. I don't. I can care less about those two wrestling. Because after what I saw at SummerSlam, I said to myself, nah, I'll be cool if we don't do another Bianca and Asuka match. Not saying it would be a great match. I'm just saying I know who's going to win. Same thing with Charlotte. I know who's going to win. Asuka's not beating Charlotte. Asuka's not beating Bianca. She's not even going to beat Io. No. She's not even going to beat Io. So what is there to what's really left for Asuka to do? Or you just have Kairi Sane come back, because I'm hearing that Kairi Sane could be returning anytime soon. She could reunite with Asuka. But I don't see them really taking Asuka seriously ever again. She's lost so many times. She's lost a lot of big matches. I will say this. She has lost a lot of big matches in her career. A lot of big matches that actually mattered. WrestleMania, SummerSlam, WrestleMania 34. Yeah, that's just a handful. So I think the solution here is to send Asuka back down to NXT, where she first made her name, where she has the reputation, she has the aura. People, the women down in NXT will fear her. So, yeah, once again, Asuka gets disrespected. They do her dirty, but I'm not surprised. That's how they've been treating Asuka for years now. So that being said, let me know your thoughts down below. Like the video for the algorithm. This is another edition of Rational Wrestling Talk, and I'm out. Peace.